Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I was out playing in the garden. I thought I may as well do a Shed Wars video while I'm out here. Alright, so we're at the stage where we're going to replace our spinach. I'll leave a couple pieces in there just to get seed from it, because this spinach was great, and there's absolutely no reason I can't put it in for the fall season. So that's what we'll do. We'll pull that out, leave a couple in just to get seed off it, and we're going to replace it with our little capsicum slash bell pepper, whatever you want to call it. As you know, space is very tight in my garden, so I pretty much need to pull something out at this stage to put something else in. I'm not going to have enough room in here, so I'll have to plant some more in some other spot. Alright, tips. Number one, if you're looking for a digging tool, find someone who's a tool maker slash bladesmith. This is my digging tool. As you can see, it's got my little logo on it. I made it for truffle digging and works fantastic for out and about, just the general purpose digging in the garden. Now, for removing plants out of these little square cells, ideal thing I found is a paint scraper. You know, just a tiny little paint scraper. Works wonderful for popping them out. So there's a couple of tips on tools for you for today. And as I said, you know, we'll leave the last ones that are going to go to seed, we'll leave them for our seed. So that's our best ones. And we're going to plant some of these capsicums in. Now, something else I'm going to do is everything that I pull out, I'll cut all the leaves off it, make sure I get all the usable leaves. So that's going to help me out in the kitchen. You know, sure, I'm not going to get a lot of weight out of them, but it's not all about the Shed Wars. Shed Wars is important, don't get me wrong, but you know, I want to make sure I get all the food I can out of the garden. So once I pull them out, I'll cut all the leaves off them, use all of that, and I'll take that inside for a cook. All right, off we go. Okay, here we have an example of the plants. This one's already shooting the seed. It was a second germination. That one's shooting the seed. So they've gone to seed too early, so they're going to pop out. This one here is not gone to seed yet, but the pests have actually absolutely given it a hiding, so that one's coming out too. Going to be pretty ruthless and keep the best of the best. This fella at the front, it's just starting to go to seed, but it's lasted a lot better than some of the others. It's not a bad little plant. As I said, this one's one of the second sowings, so I'm happy to keep that one. I've got another one at the back here that's starting to go to seed, but it's going later than everything else, and there's another one on the other side. So I'll keep those three. Everything else can come out at this stage. All right, bit of weeding while we're at it. Now with a pepper plant, you can plant it right up to the sepals. So we'll go nice and deep with him. Now, best looking one goes in the spot where it's going to get shaded out the most. So it's got the biggest fighting chance. Okay, I'll put the smallest one at the front, that way it gets the most care. I'm going to be paying more attention to it than anything else. It's going to get the water from the rain more often. The back ones get a bit of rain shadow. This one will be protected a bit more, so with luck that one will catch up with the back ones. Now I don't want to plant the bed any denser than that. I could probably get away with one over here, but I think I'll just go over into the main bed and drop a couple in there. Now once all these come up a bit higher, then I'm going to mulch them. Just want to make sure they're going good and they're surviving before I do that. We're going to water them in after I plant these other ones out. Alright folks, there's our little harvest. As you can see, there's a decent amount left on it, so you know that's going to make a meal up for me, which is awesome. All our leftover stalks, the dodgy leaves, you know, the stuff you don't want to eat, that's going to go back into my compost. So I'm just going to chop that up, and that goes back in underneath the mulch. So again, we're not wasting any nutrients. I want to make sure any nutrients that I put back in there go back into my garden. So there we go. I'll grab all that up and put it underneath the mulch once we're done. All right, onto our watering section. Okay, going to start with the good old Epsom salts. About a bit of magnesium sulfate. Had a question about this one the other day. It does not alter your soil pH. It's actually neutral. So we're going to put a tablespoon of that in. Sea salt. It's a seaweed solution. It's got a bit of NPK in it. This one's a spray on, but at this stage where I've got edible things, I don't spray it on. Gonna put about half a cup of that in there. Okay, and last off, some manure tea that I've got. It's got a couple of mosquitoes living in there. As you can see, it's getting pretty weak at this stage. So a couple of those in there, and I'll top it up with water and go watering those seedlings. Okay, I want to make sure the last of those spinach plants get plenty of water too, and they've been pretty disturbed by me playing around in the bed. And the temperature here today is pretty high. We're talking 30 in Celsius, so about 85-ish in Fahrenheit. So I'll make sure everything gets a good drink. We're dropping down over the next couple of days, so the temperature is going to be a bit better for the survival of these little fellas. Alright, what's left of that's going to go on to those other ones I've put in, and that's pretty much it for the day. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit that little bell notification so you know when I've got further videos coming out. I'm going to weigh up that little bit of spinach, but I'll do that off camera and throw it on the weekend's total. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.